Hello ladies and gentlemen, Stephen here from Essence, and welcome back to another video. And today it is my absolute pleasure and honor to be joined by my favorite Spanish YouTuber, Hueleme Mucho.
Hi, this is Juan from Hueleme Mucho. Thank you very much, Stephen, for inviting me here. It's a great honor to meet you in person. I am a great fan of your channel.
Thank you so much.
I am really happy to be here with you.
No, honestly, the pleasure is all mine, because when I knew that I was coming to Barcelona for business reasons, I also said to myself, is there somebody that I could potentially link up with, maybe just hang out, have a chat, shoot some videos, and obviously you're the first one that came to mind. So thank you for taking the time.
No, thank you very much. It's an honor. Really, it is an honor for me.
Thank you. So what I wanted to do today is I wanted to introduce you to 3 upcoming fragrances from my brand, Navitus Parfums.
Okay.
And so we had an initial launch of 7 fragrances back in November, which was, thank goodness, it was very successful.
I'm glad to hear that.
Thank you. And so I wanted to take the time to, of course, visit these factories and, you know, see a little bit of behind the scenes of how these fragrances are made. And, you know, a lot of people have asked for this type of content on my channel, so I made sure to shoot it this time around. So here we have 3 fragrances, and I suppose instead of talking about them all at once, we'll just do one by one.
Perfect. That would
and then
be great.
You can give me your impression on camera, and of course you can keep things honest, and that's
Sure.
usually how I conduct things on my channel. So.
And that is perfect for me.
Thank you.
We're going the same alley.
Thank you so much. So the first one, and I do apologize for having just the laboratory mods in front of me, but I don't have the bottles haven't been filled yet. But the first one is from France, and this one was made by perfumer Bertrand Duchaufour.
Wow.
And this one is going to be called LAUTUS. Now, do you want me to tell you the names of the fragrances? I don't want you to, you know, feel influenced or anything like that.
No, it's okay. You can tell me the name.
Perfect. So this one is going to be called LAUTUS, and I chose that name because it means chic or elegant. And so with this fragrance, when I first smelled it and I first received the sample back from the laboratory, I thought to myself, wow, this is very classy, this is upscale, this is refined. And so here you are.
Thank you. Wow. I think that I love fragrances when they have an equilibrium, and this one has that equilibrium. This is very clean in the beginning. It's called lavender or something like that. I think this is a fragrance that is very elegant, very elegant. I think it's got a great name. This has got a great name. And it's a fragrance that really is not for young people, or in my opinion, it's not for young people. It's more like mature. You're sending a message of maturity. You're sending a message of elegance. You're sending a message of, you have to be updressed for this one. You cannot go underdressed for this one. It's a fragrance that is not an everyday fragrance. It's just a message of elegance, probably power, and cleanliness. So
I love that description. Oh man, and I completely agree with you. I think there's something about it where if I'm just running errands or if I'm looking for something to wear casually, this probably wouldn't be the first fragrance that I reach for, but I totally agree. I think it's something that if you're putting on a nice business suit, you want to smell your best, something elegant, refined. There is lavender in there, certainly. There's a bit of citrus in the opening, namely yuzu.
Okay.
But then it dries down to like this slightly sweet base. There's a little bit of tonka bean, but then there's also vanilla absolute.
Okay, yeah, I can get that now. These are the things that when you read the notes, then you start getting the scent. But without the notes, I think that this is a great fragrance, and I find it very special indeed. Very special indeed. And this one is not overwhelming. You just feel elegant with this one. It's just boom, there you are.
Thank you. Amazing. Proof of concept.
This is fantastic.
Oh, excellent. Thank you. So the next one was made in your hometown. Well, in your home country, but I know you're from Madrid.
From Madrid, yes.
Right? And so this one is from perfumer Christian Carbonell. And this is one that, like many of the others, as soon as I smelled it, I fell in love with it. And this is one that I've chosen to call Opulentas or Opulentus, depending on how you want to pronounce it. And it just means opulent. And this is something where as soon as I smelled it, I said, wow, it has this very bright, regal, effervescent opening with a little bit of lemon. I feel like it has more of that freshness going on in there with like a little bit of a milky, fruity touch. But anyway, I'm gonna have you smell it so I don't talk about it for 5 minutes.
Okay. I'm sorry, never spray the fragrance like this, but this is just to open it up a bit faster.
Exactly.
But never
Accelerate
ever,
the dry down.
never ever do this, please. We are not making fire here. Fire is already invented. Never ever do what I've just done.
Don't rub it in. That's right.
Okay. The first thing you perceive here is like two lines of notes. The higher line, which is citric notes. It's a very citric fragrance. It's lemon, and it's got some other stuff. The more bergamot, of course. It's probably got neroli or something like this, but I'm not sure. But that is like very bright. It's a very bright fragrance. But it's got underneath like another line of notes that is darker. And in this case, I can see the oud here. And the example I can give you of this type of fragrance is Kobe by Sergioff. Kobe by Sergioff is a fragrance that is neroli and oud, but the oud is not noticeable. Okay. The oud just pushes the mix, just to make it more attractive. This is what happens with this one. I see that it's got oud, but the oud is not that noticeable as in first note. If you're expecting an oud just like, wow, this is Indian oud, or wow, this is Cambodian oud, right, or wow, this is Laotian oud, please look elsewhere. I think that this is a fragrance that the good thing that this one has is that the oud potentiates the mix.
Oh, yes.
And makes it like sexier or more attractive and more like elegant. This one is a fragrance that, this one is more mature, the rose one is more mature, more up-dressed, more here I am.
Yes,
more,
yes.
But this one is sexier, it's just more shining. The other one is more mature in a way that you don't have to show off. This is more a show-off fragrance.
Okay.
It's a sexier fragrance. Indeed, I find it very, very sexy and very, very attractive. I find it very sexy, very attractive. Again, it's very elegant. It's very upscale. You're showing money here. You're like, whoa, here I am. But cool. I'm showing off. You may be a millionaire, okay? But you may drive a Chevy. Or you may be a millionaire and drive a Lamborghini. Okay, this is a Lamborghini type.
Fantastic. That's amazing. I love that description. And I'm hearing you speak, and I can just tell you speak so passionately about fragrances. And off the camera, I said, listen, let me get some test strips. And you said to me, no, I have to try everything on skin. And it's 100% the way that it should be, Fragrance is something very personal, very subjective, very poignant. And so I always recommend that people take their time with fragrances, really put it on skin. I mean, I know what you're doing today is more of a first impression.
Yeah, it's a first impression.
And it's one that I really appreciate and admire. And I think, I'm very relieved that you're speaking about these fragrances in a very positive way, because I think that you have an opinion that I really admire and I respect.
Okay, thank you.
And so thank you for keeping things honest.
No, thank you very much.
And then the last one is by perfumer Jorge Lee, and this one is going to be called Arcanum or Arcanum, and this one is a name that translates to mysterious.
Okay. Let's have some time.
Yes.
This one, it's a peculiar mix. I find it's got like notes that we already know, but they're mixed in a way we've never seen before.
Thank you. That's amazing. So it does have, I know I didn't get around to mentioning the notes for this one, but it does have frankincense tears.
It's got incense. The incense here is very noticeable. Yep. Very nice. But not dark and smoky, it's more alive.
No, it's not smoky. I completely agree with you. I think it has that labdanum, which kind of adds a hint of sweetness. Yeah. There's also a little bit of coconut in the opening. So whenever I smell it, I'm like, oh, is it sweet? Is it fruity? Is it resinous? And it's kind of like a combination of all of these things, which is why initially I said it has a lot of contrasting elements. But honestly, the way that you described it is perfect. And so thank you so much for everything. I really appreciate it, Juan. Thank you
Okay.
for taking the time to come here. So, truth be told, for those of you who don't know, we are in Barcelona right now. So, your train trip was about 3.5 hours, right?
Yeah, but it was a pleasure. It was my complete
But you're
pleasure
going to make
come
that
over.
same trip going back home. And
Yeah.
so, thank you for taking 7 hours of transportation just to meet up today. It really means a lot to me.
No, it was my absolute pleasure. I love being here. It was a pleasure to meet you in person, and I hope we do many more collaborations because it's always. I mean, for me, it's a personal honor
Thank you.
to be here with you.
But next time, I do have to make my way to Madrid.
Please do, and I'll show you a lot of peculiar stuff that I have, or I'll show you around, and that is going to be lots of fun.
I would love that. Thank you so much.
Thank
so
you.
again, Juan's channel is going to be down below, so definitely make sure to check him out. Please subscribe to his channel. He has a lot of fantastic content on there, and like I said, it's one of the channels that I do watch with regularity. And also, if you are new to this channel and you took something of value from this video, I would really appreciate it if you could subscribe to this channel by clicking the red button in the corner. This way, whenever I do upload future videos, it will get delivered straight to your feed. You never need to worry about missing any of our future content. Thanks again for watching. I appreciate it, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you. Adios, adios.
Bye.